Welcome to this special holiday edition of the Weekday Report. I'm Joe Potente. Here's a brief look at the news. A program called the Giving Circle is making the holiday season a little brighter for struggling families in Kenosha. Launched under a different name by a group of affluent women about 20 years ago, the effort is now organized and carried out by members of St. Mary, St. Elizabeth, and St. Mark Catholic parishes. The Giving Circle collects donations from individuals and businesses, using the funds to buy gifts that are taken to churches and distributed to families that are referred by the Kenosha Unified School District. Last year, the program assisted 135 families, touching the lives of 900 Kenoshans. Nifty Thrifty, the resale store operated by Women and Children's Horizons, has moved to a new, much larger location. The new store opened December 5th in the former Jockey Outlet Center at 4900 39th Avenue. Lori Bastian, Women and Children's Marketing and Development Coordinator, estimates the new space is 3 to 4 times larger than the old store on Roosevelt Road. The store serves clients of the agency, which assists victims of domestic violence and sexual abuse, and it's also become an important revenue source for the organization. For decades, a Kenosha woman has been dressing children for the theater. Here's Jessie Tuttle with the story.
After about 60 years of mastering the craft, Carol Bassano uses her sewing talents to create innovative costumes for local theater productions. She has made looks for a variety of shows, but is mostly involved with the Kenosha's Children's Theater Academy. Despite tremors in her hands, she makes about 100 costumes for each of the program's shows, and rarely uses a pattern for her creations. She's inspired by the children and directors she works with, and hopes to continue the hobby for many years to come. For the Kenosha News, I'm Jessie Tuttle.
Gateway Technical College's Culinary Arts program became a landing point for a Kenosha woman in search of a second career. Kathy Troher has the story.
Family and friends have always said Suzanne Castaneda was a good cook. So after losing her job in the field of finance, the Kenosha resident returned to school to put the frosting on her basic kitchen skills. Castaneda started classes in the 2-year Culinary Arts Associate Degree program at Gateway Technical College in fall of 2012. She plans to graduate by September. The degree includes passing 28 classes, including short order deli, nutrition, sanitation, catering, and, on the business side of food, accounting and computing. Castaneda is finishing up a class called Culinary Arts 2, requiring menu development and preparing various courses. Students in the class also help prepare and cook the food for the Racine campus lunchroom, sell their own cooking at Gateway's Racine campus bakery, and sometimes work on pastries at Piali's Bakery in Kenosha. Susanna Elrod, the program's lead instructor, said graduates can be hired as a chef, cook, pastry baker, or manager for restaurants, bakeries, hotels, and similar food serving sites. For the Kenosha News, this is Kathy Troher.
2 downtown Kenosha purveyors of sweet treats have joined forces. Jessie Tuttle filed this report.
The perfect marriage of cake and ice cream is official. Local specialty cake business Smarty Cakes recently moved in with Scoops Ice Cream at its downtown Kenosha location, and the two are well on their way to creating new concoctions incorporating both their tasty treats. Previously, Smarty Cakes was located down the street from Scoops in a crowded kitchen at the Good Garden Cafe. Now, the business has more space and more ideas about future treats and collaborations with Scoops. For the Kenosha News, I'm Jessie Tuttle.
What's trending today? What's the best Christmas present you've ever received? Tell us on our Facebook page. Up next is Diane Giles with this week's History Mystery.
When the Roosevelt Road branch of the public library wanted to brighten up their storytime room back in 1965, they got some art students from St. Joseph High School to paint storybook characters on the wall. Well, guess what? The mural still exists. The 48-year-old images are on the walls in a basement room at 3812 Roosevelt Road. An old scrapbook from the Kenosha Public Library Administration shows the 5 artists, Mary Smith, Lona Haas, Jean DeSimone, Pat Williams, and Linda Maurer, painting the mural in June 1965. Depicted are characters from Cinderella, Peter Pan, Mary Poppins, Alice in Wonderland, Hansel and Gretel, Snow White, and a few nursery rhymes. This is Diane Giles for the Kenosha News.
Thanks, Diane. Now here's a look at what we're working on today. A Christmas Eve dinner tradition is continuing at a Kenosha church, and Terry Flores has a feature on a school mentoring program. Pick up a copy of the Kenosha News and check kenoshanews.com for all the details on these stories and more, and have a Merry Christmas. I'm Joe Potente with the Weekday Report.